I was just thinking to myself, one of the cool things about jazz is it gives a lot of kids the opportunity to play instruments that they don't normally play in regular band during the day. So I was wondering, could you guys raise your hand if you play an instrument that's different than the one that you play in band? Raise your hand high. Yeah. Lots of fun. The next scene we're going to play is called Doxy. It's going to feature 2 alto sax solos, Tanner and Max. Make sure you give them a big round of applause when they finish their solos. Here we go.
Бэнк что он будет делать с этим? Сейчас увидим.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but obviously when they're playing their tune, they're all reading music. Our goal is to play exactly what's on the written page. When the soloists are there, in middle school they often give you a written out solo, and I was taught years ago that you should never play that or bad things will happen. And like, don't play the written solo unless it's like a specific solo out there. And so when you hear these folks playing solos, it's what's called improvisation. So we basically come to class with like this box of 128 crayons, and we say, okay, for this song, these 12 crayons work. You can use these 12 and you have 30 seconds to basically color me a really great picture, is what their solo is. So we help them see which ones it is, and then we put those 12 away, and for Doxy, we take out some other crayons. And for this song, we take out other crayons. So different scales, different modes, different notes work for different solos and whatnot. So we teach them that, and then we talk about how do you devise a sentence that makes sense. And we talk about it, I tell them it's like me being a teacher. I can never say it once. I'm always going to say something in class 50 times, 12 times, whatever it is, because I have to assume that you're not listening, right? And I said at the concert, assume they're not listening. Say it, and then say it again, and then say it again. And it starts to make sense as you structure a sentence musically. And then we tell them, if you play a wrong note, play it a couple more times to make you think that it was meant to be that way. And then we go on, right? So they're making this up along as we go, and hopefully you'll see that progression, right? Most of these kids, this is like they want to be here so much. It's almost scary. It was the highlight of my week, honestly. This morning in practice, I said, hey, next week, let's take off. Let's not do Jazz Tuesday. And they went, oh. I went, do you want to show up on Tuesday? Yeah. So I did try mom and dad, I'm sorry. But they want to come. I'm like, okay, well, we'll bring some treats and we'll watch the concert. And they're like, yeah. So we have jazz next Tuesday because they didn't want to have a day off of that. And I look out here and there's not like a ton of kids performing tonight in the grand scheme of things. And this place is packed. And Mr. Bowler said earlier, I go, well, it'll be a smaller audience. So just sit wherever. He goes, oh no, these are jazz parents. They'll all be here. Every one of them and more. Look at this. There's a commitment to this, which is spectacular. So thank you so much for that. And I can't wait for you to hear the next group. As you see that spiral curriculum, this is not Maple Grove Middle School Jazz. It's part of a program from Mr. Bitterman and Mr. Hatchner in 5th grade through us to the high school and beyond. We work together in an overall product throughout the district. So I'm glad you're here to see that progression throughout. So thank you. Our final tune tonight is called What's Cookin'?